Namaste. Yoga Sutras first. Namaste. Vishokan Pang Jyotishimati Prabhuratati Rotapanana Manasaha Satitini Manantani Dianu Baltate Satitini Manantani Dianu Baltate. Number 3. Manantini Satitini Manantini Dianu Baltate Horodaya Ponundarike Tarayato Yang Bodhiti Sambet Bodhiti Satatvam Hi Pasvarama Shakalpam Tatra Satitivai Shangaradiat Prapratatiha Suryananduguraham Suryanandugurahamanui Praparupakarena Vikalpate Tatha Smitayam Samapananam Chedatam Nistarangam Ahoda Kalpam Shanantamananantab Shanantamananantamasmitamateram Pavati Yatreda Mukutam Tamanumataramatama Vidyasmityavam. Number 1. Theodore. Tamanumataramatama Namanu Vidyasmityatam Bhatta Samprajanite Bhatta Samprajanite. That's number 2. Pratijang Bhatta Sampratijanite. Does that mean I have to do another version? We'll try it. Tamanumataramatama Namanu Vidyasmityatam Bhatta Sampratijanite iti. Eshwa Devayi Pishokan Pishoyavati Asmitam Mataram Prabharatatil Jyotishmati Tiuchyate Yayang Yoginashachetatam Satitipadam Laphatam iti. Namaste. Yeah, okay, cool. Or an undistressed, luminous. The word sense activity, when a reason brings the central organ into a relation of stability, are supplied from it. This is that consciousness of the thinking substance which occurs when he fixes his attention upon the lotus of the heart. For the sattva of the thinking substance becomes resplendent and like the air. By skill in keeping stable in this sense activity, because resplendent as the sun or the moon or planets or gems, becomes transformed in appearance. Thus his mind stuff comes to a state of balance with regard to the feeling of personality and becomes waveless like the great sea, peaceful, infinite, the feeling of personality and naught beside. With regard to which it has been said, pondering upon this self, which is a mere atom. One is conscious in the same way as one is conscious to the extent that one says, I am. This undistressed sense activity is of two kinds, in connection with an object, and the feeling of personality and not beside is called luminous, by means of which the mind stuff of the yogin gains the stable state. Mark that down. Next up is Veda. Falling asleep. I don't know why. What's going on? Why am I falling asleep? I slept enough. I thought it was more like a sleep, so I slept enough still. I can't. I have to wake up. Take advantage of the fact that I could actually study right now. Let me see here. Okay. Five. 11 verses. Shlokas. Verses, shlokas. Alright, here we go. Namaste. Pratyagani rosha sashacha kitano moti. Pratyagani rosha sashacha. Pratyagani rosha sashacha kitano moti. Vipuraha padabiha kabinama. Pratupangajang devayadapiha samidatopi devangrang tamaso vahanira baha. Puradavaganilbang burate sutome pilgil piha sutotaranam namasya ugataiha. Bolbil ratasya samdara shashachakanaha samduto adiyaudushaso. 아디야우두샤소 비로께 아타이야그닐마누슈이슈 베커셰방방 베커셰바방 갈포 미트라 랍다남 사타는 하리야토 자자타흐 사는 바스타다 푸두 비프로 하비오 마티남 밑으로 아그닐 파바티 야트 사미드토 밑으로 호땅 바루노 장타베다흐 밑으로 우트바리유 밑으로 아트바리유 리슈이로 다무낭 밑으라흐 시넨투나 못다 발바땅남 Pangati Puriyam Ripo Agram Padam Beho Pangati Yahavashacharanam Suryasyam Pangati Napa Saputashil Shwo Nomagniho Pangati Devana Mupamadat Murushuvaho Devana Mupamadat Murushuvaho Rapusha Chakra Iduyam Janru Nama Vishvani Devo Payunani Viduvana Sasasya Jaima Kratabat Padam Basadadidagri Basadadidagni Ragashatya Para Yuchana Ragashatya Para Yuchana Yoni Maganil Turabang 요니 마그닐 들었다 그렇다 요니 마그닐 그렇다 받는다 마스탕 요니 마그닐 그렇다 받는다 마스탕 뜨버르트 브라가너 무샤는다 무샤나흐 Ti Dhyanaha Suchirashavaha Pangabakaha Punaha Punaha Punaimatarang Navyasi Kaha Sadio Janta Oshati Pilbabakushweb Yadi Baltananti Brasevo Krutenang Pang Iban Pravatang Shubum Pamanang Urushuya Daganiha Pitrupasate Udu Shutota Samitang Yahuvo Adiaude Baishmanan Divo Adiaude Baishmanan Divo Adiaude Baishmanan Divo Ati Napang Portiviah Mitro Agneri Duyo Matari Shevan Tutom Vagajadia Jatan Yang Devan Udasatamam Pit Samitha Udasatamam Pit Samitha Nakamura Shavogunil Pavanan Nutamo Rochana Yadi Progopia her body Matari Shevan Guhan Sanantam Havyabaham Samita Ula Magane Burudam Sam Sanim Goha Shashivata Damam Havamana Ya Sata Siananaha Sunasatanayo Bijabagane Sam Te Sumatil Put Savat Put Vat Basame Sumatil Put Basame Namaste. Agni, who shines against the dawns, is wakened, the holy singer who precedes the sages. With far-spread luster, kindled by the pious, the priest hath thrown both gates of darkness open. Agni hath waxed mighty by laudations to be adored with hymns of those who praise him. Loving the very throes of holy order, at the first flush of dawn he shines as envoy. Amid men's homes hath Agni been established, fulfilling with the law friend germ waters. Loved and adored, the height he hath ascended, the singer, object of our invocations. Agni is Mitra, one enkindled duly, Mitra as priest, Varuna, Jata Vedas, Mitra as active minister and house friend, Mitra of flowing rivers and of mountains. The earth's, the bird's dear lofty place he guardeth in his might the course of Surya, guardeth the seven-headed in the center, guardeth sublime the deity's enjoyment. The skillful God who knows all forms of knowledge, made for himself a fair form meet for worship, this Agni guards with care that never ceases the Soma's skin, the bird's place rich in fatness. Agni hath entered longingly at the longing shrine rich with fatness, giving easy access. Resplendent, pure, sublime, and purifying, again, he renovates his mothers. Born suddenly, by plants he grew to greatness, when tender shoots with holy oil increased him. Like waters lovely when they hasten downward, may Agni in his parents' lap protect us. Extol the strong shone forth with kindled fuel to the earth's center, to the height of heaven. May Agni, friend, adorable Mahatari Shivan, as envoy bring the gods unto our worship. Best of all luminaries, lofty Agni supported his lofty Agni supported with his flame the height of heaven. When far from Bhrigus, Mahatari Shivan kindled the oblation bearer where he lay in secret. As holy food, Agni to thine invoker give wealth in cattle, lasting and rich in marvels. As holy food, Agni to thine invoker give wealth in cattle, lasting rich in marvels. To us be born a son and spreading offspring. Agni, be this thy gracious will to usward. Falling asleep. Why? It's been, I'm not using any medicine. Maybe that's why. Okay. I just want to make need to wake up. Okay, next up is Upanishad. Wake up, please. Okay, today's 23. Okay. Namaste. Terayon Taimasukanan Tan Yajinyo Tiayanam Tanamiti Pratamasetapam Evan Devitiyo Brahmacharya Charya Kulabasi. Sorry. Brahmacharya Charya Kulabasi. Dirti Yotyanandaman. Dirti Yotyanandama Dhamma Charya Kulabasada Yanan Salva. Dirti Yotyanandama Dhamma Charya Kulabasada Yanan Salva. Dirti Yotyanandama Dhamma Charya Kulabasada Yanan Salva. Ete Bonuya Lokan Pavananti Brahma Samu Sutomuru Tattva-meti. Brahma Sasutomuru Tattva-meti. Brahma Samsuto. Brahma Samsuto. Brahma Samsuto. Brahma Samsutomuru Tattva-meti. It's different versions I'm trying to say. Okay. Prajang Pati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Pita Tepya Sutra-i. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Nipat Yo Pita Pitaput Tepya Sutra-i. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Pi. Okay. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Pitapate Pyasatra-i. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Pitapate Pyasatra-i. Almost. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Pitapate Tepya. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepya. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat. Prajapati Lokana Pyatapat Tepyo Pitapate Pyasatra-i. Vidyam Samampurasabam Samampurasarapatatama Pyatapatatasi Tapatatasyam Samampurasarapatatama Pyatapatatasyam Apitapatayam Etanya Kusharanui Samampurasaranamba Suravanantam Samampurasaravanantam Samampurasaravanantam Samampurasaravanantam. Could be both. Samampurasaravanantam Pulpuvaha Savariti Saravanantam Suravanantam. Tanya Pyatapatatepyo Pitapatapya. Tanya Pyatapatatepyo Pitapatapya. Tanya Pyatapatatepyo Pitapatapya. Karahu. Samampurasaravatadyatam. Changankunang Salvanui Palnoni Samturunoni Samturunoi Samturuno 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 Nieva Momkar Reno Samturuno Nieva Momkar Reno Salvan Baka samturanum Baka samturanum kara evedamu salvamum kara evedamu salvamu. Namaste. Iti trayo vimshaha kanandvaha. There are three branches of duty: sacrifice, study of the Vedas, almsgiving, that is the first. Austerity, indeed, is the second. A student of sacred knowledge, dwelling in the house of a teacher, settling himself permanently in the house of a teacher, is the third. All these become possessors of meritorious worlds. He who stands firm in Brahma attains immortality. Prajapati brooded upon the worlds. From them, which have been brooded upon, issued forth the threefold knowledge. He brooded upon this. From it, when it had been brooded upon, issued forth these syllables: Pul, Puvaha, Sivar. He brooded upon them. From them, when they had been brooded upon, issued forth the syllable As all leaves are held together by a spike, so all speech is held together by Verily, is the world all. Verily, is this world all. Thus ends the 23rd Khandwa. Okay, next up is Srimad Bhagavatam. I've been falling asleep for the last week or so, every day. I'm not taking any medicine. I stopped taking my medicine. This is what's happening. Maybe I shouldn't care what's happening. Is that what God wants? Just don't care. Yeah, I don't care. That feels better. Not caring feels better. Come on, wake up. I don't know how to wake up. I was fine before every time I start doing stuff like this, I'm getting tired. I'm getting sleepy. Tired? I wouldn't mind, but sleepy. Oof. Okay. 45 shlokas. And medium-sized shlokas. They're not long. Okay, should I take a break or something? I don't know. I'm falling asleep. Alright, let me get something to drink maybe. I'm gonna fall asleep if I just start doing it. Oh, I'll start doing it if I'm falling asleep. Then I'll stop, and then I don't know. I don't want to take a. Okay, let me make a cafe latte. I have instant coffee and milk, and a little bit of chocolate syrup. Cafe mocha. Okay, let me make something for myself. I can't. And after this is Kalki Purana. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, thanks for bearing with me. If you are bearing with me. So once I heal, someone else is gonna edit all these videos and make it compact. I'm not gonna do anything. My thing is healing. That's the only thing about me. Namaste, once I heal. It's called Gaima morning time. Namaste. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ekonatrimsho Tyayahu. Devahu Tirupangchang. Lakashanam Mahadadinam Prakruteha Purushasyanchang. Svarupam Lakushuyotami Shwam Yena Tataparamatikam Yatang Sangankyeshu Katitam Yanamulam Tataprajakushate Pakati Yogasya Me Malgam Bruhi Visutarashaha Prapo Virango Yena Purusho Pagavana Salvato Pavet Jakusheva Jiva Lokasya Vivitang Mama Samsurati He Galasya Shivara Rupasya Pareshwam Ja Parasyate Sivarupam Batam Gulvananti Yadathatoha Kushalam Janaha Lokasyam Mithya Pimatera Chakushusha Shitiram Parasupatasya Tamasya Shraye Shranantasya Kalmasavanu Viditayang Tinetyang Devama Virasi He Kela Yogi Pa Yoga Pa Sakaraha Maitrayang Upangchang Iti Matulbachaha Shilakushonam Pratinanandiya Mahamuniha Abapashwe Guru Shirashutwa Puritasatangam Karunoel Titaha Shri Bhagavan Upangchang Bhakti Yogo Bahuvito Mai Gai Pamiti Pavyate Sivapavagunam Malgeno Bumsam Pavo Vipidiate Apisanantaya Yo Himsam Namampam Matasarya Mevam Vam Samramam Pi Pinanaduruga Pavam Mai Guriyatasam Damasaha Vishoyana Pisanantaya Yasha Aishivarya Mevam Alchanda Valchayadio Mam Purtaga Pavaha Sa Rajasaha Kalmanilhara Mudu Dishya Parasamina Vanga Tadalpanoma Yajadiya Shirta Vyamiti Vanga Purtaga Pavaha Sa Tatabikaha Maduguno Shiruti Matereno Mai Salvaguha Shaye Manogatira Vichichinanam Yatang Gangangamam Pasomam Buptao Gangangamam Pasomam Bupao Gangangamam Pasomam Buptao Gangangamam Pasomam Gangangamam Pasomam Buptao Gangangamam Paso Gangangamam Pasomam Buptao Gangangamam Pasomam Buptao Nakushanam Bhakti Yogasya Nilgunasya Hyudana Haratama hai tu kia bia bahitang yang pakti he purushotame Salokia sa shtui sami pia saru pia ikat bami bama piutang Salokia sa shtui Salokia sa shtui sami pia saru pia ikat bamuti bama piutang. It's helping. I'm waking up a little. Salokia sa shtui sami pia saru pia ikat bama piutang Piyamanam na kuruhu nonanti vinang matasavanam janah San eva bhagati yoga kya adyanantika udaharatah Yena tivrajyam trigunam madhapava yopapadyate Nishwevitena nimititena savathaimena mahiyasang Kriyang yogena shasatena Nati himsurano nityashaha Madhatishunuya darshana sapalshapu jang asututya pibanandadai tanaiha Madhatishunuya darshana sapalshapu jang asututya pibanandanaiha. That's 25 syllables. Madhatishunuya darshana sapalshapu jang asututya pibanandanaiha Puteshu madhupavana yang Satatavana sangangamena cham Mahatang bahumanena dinana manukamampayang Maitriyang jaivat matulyeshu yamena niyamena cham Tyatamikan Dushrabano Nama Sangakil Tanak Chacham almost. Tyatamikan Dushrabano Nama Sangakil Tanak Chacham me Javena Ria Sangangena Dira Hangankariya Yang Tatang Madhutaimanua Kuno Iratai Parisamshututang Shayahu Purushasyang jasang pieti Purushasyang jasang pieti Shurutama dragunam hi mam Yatang Patarato Kranama Burangakate Gananta Shayat Evam Yogaratam Jatan Atma Namabikari Yat Aham Saiveshu Puteshu Putatama Vasatitaha Sadang Tamavajinya Yamam Maltiaha Gurutel Jabi Domambanam Gurutel Jabi Domambanam Yo Mam Saiveshu Puteshu Sanantama Tamanami Shivarama Hittivangal Jam Pajate Mautfuya de Pasmanieva Mautfuya de Pasmanieva Juhoti Saha De Vishataha Parakaye Mam Manino Pinanadashinaha Puteshu Madhutavairasya Na Manaha Shananti Murja Chati Ahamuja Jamba Jaildrabyaha Ahamuja Jamba Jaildrabyaha Kriya yotapanana yat nake Kriya yotapanana ya Kriya yotapanana ya nake Naivan tu fuye el chito Naivan tu fuye el chito jayam Putagrama bamaninaha Alchanda Balchayat Alchanda Balchayat Tabadi Shivaram Mam 스바까이마 끌었다. 야바는나 베다 스바흐르디 살바푸 데시바바스티타마 아뜨마나 시장 파라시양 비 야흐 가로티아는 따로다라무 나시양 비는 나들으쇼 무르띠을 비다테 파야물을 바너무 아타맘 살바푸 데슈 푸다드마남 그르따라야무 알하야드다나마나피암 마이뜨리야 비는 나나 짜구슈슈어 지방흐 시라슈투어 야지방남 따따흐 브라노 푸르따흐 슈페 따따흐 샤치뜨따흐 브라바라스 따따시자는들이 야부르뜨따야흐 따뜨랑비 스파샤베드 피아 스파샤베디 피아흐 브라바랑에 라사베디나흐 대피오 가는 타비다흐 시라슈처 스따따흐 샤브다비도 바라흐 루파 페다비다 스따트랑 따따시 쪼파야또 따따흐 대슈엄 바후바다흐 시라슈처 시짜뚜시빵다 스따또 시라슈처 시짜뚜시빵다 스따또 드비빵아트. Yeah, it was a good idea. Or else I would have been asleep by now. Okay, 15 more shlokas to go. Tato palno shechang chatvarasate shwam brahmano ututamaha brahmano shivapi bedajinyo yaltajinyo piatikasutataha 알타지냐드 삼샤야트 챗드 땅을 알타지냐드 삼사얏 알타지냐드 삼사얏 야 삼샤 알타지냐드 삼샤야트 챗드 땅을 알타지냐드 삼샤야트 챗드 땅을 따따흐 시레야는 스바까이마 끌었드 무그다 상은가스 따또 부야나도 그 땅을 탈마마 뜨마나흐 다스마는 마이얄 다스마는 마이얄 비땅 셰쇼크리얄 타트마 다스마는 마이얄 비땅 셰쇼크리얄 타트마 니라는 따라흐 마이얄 비땅 뜨마나흐 뿜소 마이 사는 니아스 따깔마너흐 사는 니아스 따깔마너흐 나 빠시야미 바람 부다말깔 부다마칼투흐 사마달샤낭아트 마나사이땅니 부땅니 브라나메드 바후마나야느 이시바로 지바칼라양 브라비슈투어 파가바니티 파크티 요가실장 마양을 마노비우디리타흐 야요레카타레 노이방 부루쇼허 부루샴 브라자트 에타드 파가바토 루밤 브라흐마노흐 파라마트마나흐 파람 프라타남 부루샴 다이밤 깔마비쳇 뚜이타무 루파 페다스 파담 디비암 깡라 이티아피티야테 부당남 마하다디남 야또 피는 나드르샴 파야무 요는 따흐브라비시양 부다니 부다이라드 디아킬랑 시라야흐 사 비시는 방 키오티양 진요상 비시는 방 키오티야 진요시. Wow. One second, yeah. Almost finished. 사 비시는 방 키오티야 진요상 비시는 방 Vishanam Ban Kyo Tia Jinyo Sao Kala Kala Yatam Prapuha Sang Chang Sia Kashichidu Dayito Na Dubeshuyo Na Chang Ban Tabaha Vishatya Paramata Tosao Paramata Tam Janamanan Takarata Yad Payad Bari Batoyam Surya Satapati Yad Payat Surya Satapati Yad Payat Yad Payad Vaishate Devo Pagano Pati Yad Payat Yad Vanas Patato Yad Vanas Tapa. Okay, now I'm getting a little tired. Okay. Yadavana Satap Pa Sapa Yadavana Sapatayo Pi Tang Latan Shechao Shati Piha Saha Sebe Gale Picoro Nonanti Gale Picoro Honanti Bushebang Gale Picoro Honanti Gale Picoro Honanti Bushebang Jang Palani Jang Seravananti Sarito Pitang Notus Halpatiu Dadil Tatiriatahe Notus Halpatiu Datiriatahe Agni리는 토 사기리 필푸낭 사기리 필풀낭 마주자티 야드 파양아트 나포 나당티 시바사탕 바담 야는 니야마다다흐 목감 스바데함 다누테 마하는 사보다 피라버렸다마 구노 비마니노 대방흐 살강아디 시바시양 야드 파양아트 밝다는 때 누구얌 누유감 오케이 밝다는 때 누유감 예수엄 바샹 에따쯔짱 라짜무 짜라짜 에따쯔짜라 짜라무 오케이 에따쯔짜라 짜라무 소나는 또는 닦아라흐 소나는 또는 닦아라흐 가로나디라디 끌어다비야야흐 가로나디라디 끌어다비야야흐 자나자네 sorry. If it weren't for this, I would be like, Shloka 45 right now, I would be at 20 something without my caffeine. Okay. Janena, Janayanu, Marayanu, Murtiyonana Takama. Namaste. Iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapuranue Paramahamsyam Samitayam Tritiyaskanante Kapile Yopakyane Ekonabimshotyayahu Ekonatrimshotyayahu. Namaste. Have to get my translation copy. Here we go again and again, nothing ever changes. And again, nothing ever changes. Okay, after this is Kalki Purana. When I started reciting Kalki Purana, I was using really bad copies up until like the 25th chapter. So I realized that when I was reading it for the second time, I wasn't familiar with certain words because the first copy that I used for a little while was so bad. Okay. I had gotten it from archive, and then I found my own copy that I got from online, and it was delivered from India. And that works a lot better for me. So usually free things they don't do anything. You have to pay something. You have to invest a certain amount of money to get the results. Like I paid money for this a long time ago. Okay, Discourse 29. Devahuti said, "You have told me, as described in works on the Sankhya system of philosophy, the characteristics of Mahatattva, as well as of Prakriti and Purusha, characteristics which reveal their true." That's what he says. "Now be pleased to reveal to me at length, O Lord, the path of Bhakti Yoga, which is said to be the end of the above discussion. Pray, also tell me the various destinies attained by the jivas by hearing, on account of which man may develop a distaste for everything, O Almighty Lord. Further, let me know the essential character of the all-powerful time, who is the ruler even of Brahma and others and identical with you, and for fear of whom people do that which is of Brahma, which is good." Sorry, I need this. "And for fear of whom people do that which is good. You have appeared as a sun to diffuse the light of yoga for awakening men who, having lost the eye, have identified themselves with objects possessing no reality, and who, feeling fatigued on account of their mind being attached to action, have long been lying asleep in the bottomless darkness of ignorance." Maitreya continued. The great sage greeted these charming words of his mother, and overwhelmed with compassion and full of delight, O crest jewel of the Gurus, replied to her. The Lord said, "The discipline of devotion, O noble lady, is recognized as manifold according to our ways of approach to it. A man's attitude of mind varies according to the diversity of their natural characteristics. A man who is given up to anger and views me as distinct from himself, and who practices devotion to me with a mind full of violence, hypocrisy, and jealousy, is a devotee of the Tamasika type. He who worships me through an image, etc., is distinct from himself with the view to acquiring objects of senses, fame, and power, is a devotee of the Rajasika type. And he who adores me as distinct from himself, aiming at the eradication of his sins, or with the intention of offering his actions to the Supreme, or again with the feeling that it is his duty to worship me, is a devotee of the Sahajativika type. The uninterrupted flow of the mind stream towards me, dwelling in the heart of all, like that of the waters of the Ganga towards the ocean, at the mere mention of my virtues, combined with motiveless and unremitting love to me, the Supreme Person, is spoken of as the distinguishing character of unqualified Bhakti Yoga. My devotees accept not in exchange for my service Sa Lokya, Sa Shatui, Sa Mipya, Sa Rupya, and Sa Yujya, even when they are offered to him. The aforesaid Bhakti Yoga has been declared as the highest goal. For transcending the realm of the three gunas, the devotee thereby becomes qualified for my state. By devoutly performing one's duties in a disinterested spirit, by following every day a course of worship involving no destruction of life and actuated by no worldly desire, by beholding, touching, adoring, extolling and bowing to my images, etc., by regarding all living beings as my own manifestations, by resorting to patience and dispassion, by showing great respect to exalted souls, commiserating with the afflicted and behaving in a friendly manner with one's equals, by practicing the 5 yamas and the 5 niyamas, by hearing spiritual discourses and chanting the divine names, by unity of mind, speech, and body, fellowship with holy men, and absence of egotism, the mind of the man engaged in activities intended to please me gets thoroughly purified and conceives a liking for me without any effort the moment my virtues enter his ears. Just as odor, wafted from its source through the vehicle of a breeze, catches the olfactory sense, so an equipoised mind engaged in the pursuit of yoga embraces me. I am ever present in all living beings as their very self. A man who worships me through an idol showing disrespect to me makes a travesty of worship. Ignoring me, the Supreme Ruler, the self-present in all living beings, he who stupidly resorts to idol worship alone throws oblations into the ashes. The mind of a man who, full of pride, hates me, abiding in the body of another, views me as distinct from himself and bears deep-rooted malice to living creatures can never find peace. I am not pleased, even though adored through an image by means of formal worship carried on with costly or cheap materials, O sinless mother, by a man slighting other creatures. Performing his duties, a man should worship me, the Supreme Ruler, through images, etc., only so long as he does not realize me as present in his own heart as well as in other living beings. Figuring as death, I cause great fear to him who makes the least discrimination between himself and another because of his differential outlook. Therefore, through charitable gifts and attentions, as well as through friendly behavior, and by viewing all alike, one should propitiate me, abiding in all creatures as their very self. Living beings are superior to the inanimate creation, while animals are superior to living beings, O Blessed Mother. Higher than the animals are beings gifted with consciousness, and still higher than these are those endowed with sense perception. Again, among the creatures endowed with sense perception, those endowed with the sense of taste are superior to those having the sense of touch alone. Higher than those capable of perceiving taste are those endowed with the olfactory sense, and still higher are those capable of sensing sound. Higher than these latter are those capable of perceiving the differences of color, and still higher are those having teeth both in the upper and lower jaws. Of these latter, those endowed with the number of feet are superior to those having no feet. The quadrupeds are higher than those possessed of many feet, while a biped is superior to the quadrupeds. The members of the 4 castes are superior to other human beings, while the Brahmana ranks the foremost among the 4 castes. Of the Brahmanas, again, the knower of the Veda is the best, and higher still is the man who knows the meaning of the Vedas. Higher than the latter is he who can clear doubts, and higher still is the man who performs his own duty. Superior to him is he who is free from attachment and performs his duty in a disinterested spirit. Higher than the latter is the man who has dedicated all his actions as well as their consequences, nay, his very self to me, and thus sees no difference between himself and me. And I find no living being higher than the man who has given his mind and offered his actions to me, who has no sense of doership and regards all with the same eye. Treating all living beings with great respect under the belief that it is the Almighty Lord who has entered their body as the inner controller of the soul tenanting it, one should mentally bow to them. The yoga of devotion as well as the yoga with 8 limbs have been expounded by me, O daughter of Savayampuva Manu. By following either of these 2 yogas, a man can attain the Supreme Person. The aforesaid aspect of the Lord, who is the same as the Absolute and the Supreme Spirit, nay, who figures both as Prakriti and Purusha, and yet lies beyond the 2, is also known by the name of Providence, who brings into play the activity of karma. It also bears the appellation of Kala, which brings about the transformation of things, and is possessed of wonderful prowess, nay, which is a source of terror to those who regard themselves as a separate entity and have identified themselves with Mahatatatava and other products of matter. Kala, who is the ruler of rulers, and who, being the support of all, enters the heart of all living beings and devours them through other beings, is no other than the deity presiding over sacrifices and known by the name of Vishnu. Although there is none dear or hateful to him, nor anyone his kinsman, he is ever on the alert and attacks and destroys the man who wallows in the error of sensuality. For fear of him blows the wind, for fear of him the sun shines, for fear of him the god of rain pours forth showers, and for fear of him the host of heavenly bodies shed their luster. Afraid of him, trees and creepers along with herbs or annual bodies shed their luster. Afraid of him, trees and creepers along with herbs or annual plants put forth blossoms and fructify each in its own season. Afraid of him, rivers flow and the ocean never overflows. Nay, for fear of him, fire burns and the earth with its mountains sinks not. Subject to his control, the yonder sky allows room to living beings, and Mahatattva expands its own form into this universe, enveloped by 7 sheets. That's it. This translation has so many words in parentheses, it just confuses the heck out of me. I'm gonna read that sentence again. Afraid of him, rivers flow and the ocean never overflows. Nay, for fear of him, fire burns and the earth with its mountains sinks not. Subject to his control, the yonder sky allows room to living beings, and Mahatattva expands its own form into this universe, enveloped by 7 sheets. For fear of him, the deities presiding over the gunas, or modes of prakriti, who hold sway over the entire creation consisting of animate and inanimate beings, remain engaged in their duties of creating, preserving, and destroying it from time to time. I want to read that again. For fear of him, the deities presiding over the gunas or modes of prakriti, who hold sway over the entire creation consisting of animate and inanimate beings, remain engaged in their duties of creating, preserving, and destroying it from time to time. That imperishable time spirit, who, though beginningless, is the first maker, and who, though endless, brings about the end of the phenomenal world, carries on the work of creation by bringing into existence one individual through another, and likewise dissolves the universe by destroying even Yama through himself. Thus ends the 29th discourse, forming part of the story of Kapila, story of Lord Kapila, in Book 3 of the great and glorious Bhagavata Purana, otherwise known as the Paramamsa Samhitange. This translation has too many words in print. They're adding meanings to the sentences, because I guess that's what you have to do if you don't know the Sanskrit, If you know Sanskrit, all these words within parentheses, all these, words within the brackets, they're just obstacles. They'll hinder me from understanding the text. Not good. Okay, let me mark that finished. Next up is Kalki Purana. The translation that I'm gonna read for Kalki Purana doesn't have that many words within brackets. It's and that's way it's supposed to be. When you're translating, you're supposed to translate word for word, and just get the grammar in order. And if there's no word representing that word, then put 2 words together to form that word. But you're not supposed to add any other meanings to it. That's it's probably why Revelation says please if you add any words to it, kind of thing. It frustrates the heck out of me, adding words to an existing text. But they're doing it because they assume that you don't know anything about Sanskrit. So all I could do is complain. It's I'm one of 10 people in the entire world who could do what I could do, and I feel so alone. I feel like I'm on Mars. Nobody could even fathom what I'm doing. Almost, it's one or two other souls who could do what I could do, and that's it. Yeah, let me get my copy. I'm sorry, I hate it when they add words to, a translation because they're trying to convey the meanings of it. Translate. Don't like add your definitions, Okay, let me get that. Thank you. This translation that I'm reading has almost no words within brackets or parentheses. It's a pretty good version. Same company, I think. This is Kita Press. The other is also Kita Press. No, it's Eastern Book Linker, so this is a different publisher. Yeah, almost no words within parentheses or brackets. Trying to add meanings to it, just please don't. Oh, somebody who reads it will not understand it, so let me put some meanings to it. Yeah, it's called bad translation if you're adding meanings to it. Chapter 4. Sutang Ubangchang Namaste. Tatah Kalki Sapamatie Rajamano Rabiliatan Papashwe Tam Nurupam Talmamayo Talmana Devijapuriyan Kalki Rubangchang Kalena Brahmano Nashe Pralaye Mai Sangangatang Ahamepa Samagure Naniat Karyamidam Mama Prasuputta Lokatanantara Siang Tubaitahi Nasiang Jantamanah Mahanishanante Ranantum Me Samudu Puto Virat Prapuh Prasuputta. Sahasra Shilshwa Purushoha Sahasra Kushoha Sahasra Pangat Padangajo Pavad Brahma Veda Bhakato Mahaprapuh Jivopa Tema Mam Shachicham Prakritiyan Mayayan Sabaya Brahmopatih Saibajinyo Mama Bhagavada Shasitah Sasaljan Jivajatani Kalamayam Shayogatah Devan Manambadayo Lokah Pravaro Saprajapatayah Prapuh Kunuiniang Mayayam Sha Me Nanopa Tao Sasaljare Sopataya Ime Lokang Tepang Sasatanu Jangamah Mamam Shang Mayayang Sarashutwa Yato Maya Bishat Maya Bishana Laye Evambitai Brahmano Ye Machacharira Madatamika Mamud Tarananti Puvane Yajinya Tiayana Satakriyan Mam Prasevananti Shamsananti Tapodana Kriya Sviha. 스마라는 띠야 모다야는 띠에바 나니에 데바다야스타탕 브라흐마노 베다바크땅로 베다메 몰트타야흐 바라흐 다스마디네 브라흐마노 자스타이흐 보슈트워스트리 자가즈자나흐 자가는티 메 샤리란위 따트포슈에 브라흐마노 바라흐 데나함 따는 나마시야미 슈드타사트바구노 시라야흐 따또 자가는 마얌 볼밤 세바는 테킬라 시라야흐 비샤카유방 우방장 비프라시양 라쿠셔넘 브루히 드바드 파그티흐 깡짱 따트끄르땅 야타스타방 누가라헤노 바그바노 브라흐마노 그르땅 깔기루방장 베당 마미 쉐바람 브라후라 비아그담 비아그티마트 바람 데 베당 브라흐마노 무케 나나 탈메 브라카시땅 요 탈모 브라흐마노 남 히성 바그틸마마 보시팔람 다양함 도슈이타흐 시리샤흐 참은 파와미 유게 울트바는 뚜 뜨리끄르땀 수뜨람 사타바니미땀 샤나이흐 따는 뚜뜨라야메 톳 무르드땀 따는 뚜뜨라야마 토부르드땀 야지냐수 뜨람 미둘부탕흐 뜨리구넘 따드그라는 티유크땀 베다프라바라 삼피땀 시로타라는 나 피마티야 시로타라는 나 피마티야 뜨 보르슈톨드 탕알 보르슈톨드 탈바 탑바 보르슈톨드 탈타 탑바리 보르슈톨드 탑바리 마누너까무 보르슈톨드 탑바리 마너까무 야줄비담 나 비미땀 사마가 나마얌 비티흐 마마스까는 테나 미트르땀 야지냐수 뜨람 발라프라담 무르드 파스마 짜는다 나디아이스투 타라야트 딜라캄 드비자흐 팔레 뜨리보는 드럼 갈망은감 게샤파리아는 따무즈즈발라무 보는 드럼 망은굴리만 나는 뚜 뜨리보는 드럼 따뜻뜨리 탕 끄르땀 브라흐마 비슈누 비방 브라흐마 비슈누 시방 방삼 달차나트 바바나샤나무 브라흐마노남 까레 서발가 바초 베다흐 까레 하리 하비흐 가트레 딜타니 라가 셰짜 나두이슈 브라크르티 스트리브르트 사비트리 까는 턱구하랑 흐르다얌 브라흐마 삼진이 땀 대수엄 스타나는 딸의 달마흐 버르슈토 달마흐 브라키일 띠따흐 푸대방을 브라흐마노 라자는 부지앙을 바는디아흐 사무드 티피 사두크 티피흐 자투랑 시라미아 구샬랑 마마 달마빠라 발트딱강아흐 바라시장비 지냐나 버르드 탕스타 뽀버르드 탕알 Jinyana Buddha Satapo Buddha Mama Puriyang Joshua Pachaha Pala Yitu Mabatara Pala Yitu Mabata Pala Yitu Mabatara Kurutang Mayang. Oh, cool. Mahapāgyam Brahmano Nam Salvapāprapano Salvapāprapano Shanam Kalidosha Haram Shrutavang Mutyate Salvato Payat Iti Kalki Vachah Shrutavang Kalidosha Prano Shanam Kalidosha Prano Shanam Pranomiyantam Shuddhamanah Prayayao Vishnabhagranui Vishnabhagranui Kate Rajani Sanantyayam Shivadatta Kulo Shivadatta Shuko Shivadatta Shuko Buddha Charitavang Kalki Puratah Suttavang Tam Puratah Sthitah Tam Shukam Prangha Kalki Suttu Sasmitam Sututipang Thotkam Sututipang Thotkam Sivangatam Pavatam Kasmat Deshant Kim Khaditam Tatah Shukam Uvanchang Shuruno Nangata Macho Mahiyam Gautu Hala Samanam Vitam Aham Katashijang Jalatel Matie Simhala Samjinyake Yatang Borototam Devi Bagatam Chitram Oh, sorry, I messed up, sorry. 16 more to go. Yatha Purototam Devi Bagatam Tachitram Shravanopuriyam Purohadra Tasyang Nirupateh Kanyang Yashit Charitam Murtam Kanyang Yashit Charitam Murtam. Kamudyam Miha Jantayam Jagatam Papanashanam Charitam Simhala Devipe Jatulbalnue Jana Bodete Prasada Thalmya Sadana Puraraji Virajibe Chitte. Wow. Yeah, Kalki Purana puts all the difficult words at the end. Now comes all the difficult words. Prasada Thalmya Sadana Purarajibira Prasada Thalmya Sadana Purarajibira Jitte Ratna Sapatui Kaku Duya Disbalata Pilbipu Shuite Ratna Sapatui Kakudu Ratna Sapatui Sapatui Kakud Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Diba Di Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Dibasel Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Diba Di Sebailakta Pilbipu Shuite. Wow, man. Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Diba Ratna Sapatui Kakudu Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Diba Di Sebaila Da Pilbipu Shuite. Come on. Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Di Sebaila Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Di Sebaila. Come on, help me. Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Di Sebaila Ratna Sapatui Kakuduya Di Sebalata Pilbipu Shuite. Pilbi Ratna Sapatui Kakud Ratanasapa Tuikakuduya Diba. Sorry. It's gonna take me a while. It's a very difficult word. Yeah, it seems to be a pattern in Kalki Purana. They put all the difficult words at the end. I'm not prepared for it usually. Ratanasapa Tuikakuduya Dipsabal. Ratanasapa Tuikakuduya Diba. Ratanasapa Tuikakuduya Disabal Lata Pilbi Pushuite. Ratanasapa Tuikakuduya Disabal Lata Pilbi. Ratanasapa Tuikakuduya Disabal Lata Pilbi Pushuite. Okay. Satri Pirutama Satri Pirutama Besha Piha Padamini Piha Samabarate Saro Piha Sarasai Hamsai Rupakula Jalakule Purungala Rangangam Ranganga Prasanganga Tuye Padamaiha Kahavara Kunundakai Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopavana Manunduite. Another one. Nilam Bujalata Jala Bananopam Labanopa Bana Mananduite. Nilam Bujala Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopa Bana Mananduite. Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopa Bana Mananduite. Very, very difficult. Sorry. Oof. Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopanaba Pavana. Sorry, I'm breaking shit. I want this to be wireless. I want bigger Sanskrit letters. It's like I'm all alone on a planet that nobody cares about, and I'm changing the whole world by myself. Nobody cares. Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopavana Manunduite. One more. I said it right. Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopavana Nilam Bujalata Jala Bano Nilam Bujalata Jala Banopavana Manunduite. Deshe Purohadra To Raja Mahabala Parakramaha Dasya Padmavati Kanya Tanya Reje Yashasvini Puvane Dulapam Loke Pratima Paravanuini Kama Mohakari Charo Charitran Chitra Nimitan Shiva Seva Para Gauri Yatan Pujian Susama Matan Saki Piha Kanyaka Pishijan Japatian Japatiana Parayano Chinyan Devang Tancha Harelakushimim Samud Putam Paranganganam Haraha Pradura Put Sakushat Paibatian Saha Halshuitaha Sang Tamalokia Baradam Shivam Kauri Samanam Bitam Lajajitang Tomuki Kinchin Novan Chang kinchinan nobancham purataho setitang harasatamaha suphagetava narayanoha patiha panuim grahi shuyati budang naniyo yogiyo nirupatamajaha kama pabena puvane ye tuvam pashyananti manavaha tenaiva vayasa nariyo pabishyanantyatpi. I want to say it again. Tenaiva vayasa nariyo pabishyanantyatpi tatakushonot devan suras tathan naga 가는 탈방 시자라 노다야흐 가는 탈방 시자라 노다야흐 대화영라는 똠 야타가레 바비시어는 띠끼라 스트리야흐 비능 나라야남 대밤 드바트바누이그라 하노틱 나무 드바트바누이그라 하노티나무 그러함 양히 tapasatiya ketuvang phogayatana mudtamam ma kushopaya hareha yatani patani. I want to say it. 2 more shlokas left. I got through at least. Whoosh. I want to make this 5 times larger. It's like the equivalent size of font 8 in English. Ma kushopaya hareha patani kamale vimalam kuru. Wait, I want to start from here. Binang narayanam devam devatapan devatapanuigrahanol tinam kuruham yahi tapasatyakatavang phogayatanu na phogayatanamutamam ma kushopaya hareha patani kamale bimalam guru iti tatatavang param somasatatraivan daldate somasatatraivan daldate somasatatraivan daldate haraha harabaramiti nishamiya sa padma samuchittamat mamanot ratha prakashama samuchittamat mamanot ratha samuchittamat mamano samuchittamat mamanoratha prakasham vikasita badana pranomiya somam nijajana kalayama vivesha nijajana kalayama vivesha rama Nijajana kalayama vivesha rama iti Shri Kalki Purano Bhagavate Bhavishue Harabara Pradanam Nama Chaturtotyayahu. Okay, this translation. Mic check. Oh yeah, I'm gonna switch this. So after this, I'm gonna chant at the Hare Krishna tree. I might recite some Sanskrit at the tree there. The tree would like Sanskrit, to hear Sanskrit. Okay, here we go. Sudasa. Thereafter, the religion incarnate, Kalki, resplendent like the sun in the middle of the assembly, told King Vishakayupa about the duties which were close to the heart of Brahmanos. Kalki said, with the passage of time, at the end of the era, Even with Brahma's demise, the whole world was merged in me. I was the first. There was nothing else. This creation is my job. When the whole world was in deep slumber and there was no existence of duality, Virat, the master of all, was born of me to frolic around at the end of long dark night. Purusha was with 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 feet. From his body was born Lord Brahma, the propounder of the Vedas. With the direction from my word, like Vedas, the omniscient Brahma started creating living beings who were my fractions with my features, time and Maya being mixed with his mystical powers, Prakriti. First were born Prajapati, gods, Manus, etc., and humans. These, with 3 gunas, that is, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, are my fractions who have been given different forms by Maya. All these worlds, movable and unmovable, and gods are recognized by different names and shapes. Because created by Maya, my fractions merged in me at the time of deluge, these Brahmanas bear my body and my character. All the sacrifices, studies, and good deeds in this world eulogize me. Here all the people with acts of austerity, donations, etc., serve me and sing my praises only. Those whom people remember and please are not others. All the gods, Brahmanos, the exponents of the Vedas and the Vedas, are my superior forms only. These Vedas have been propagated by the Brahmanas only. The 3 regions are nurtured by them. All creatures are my bodies, hence Brahmanas are my greatest patrons. Therefore, I being the abode of pure, true Sattva guna, salute them, that is, the Brahmanas. These Brahmanas, asylums of all considering me to be the basis of the world, serve me. King Vishakayupa said, please explain the criteria of a Brahmana and also tell us how do they worship you, because arrow-like sharp-tongued Brahmanas have been created as per your wishes. Kalki said, the Vedas call me God, indistinct, endowed with clear manifest of knowledge, and the supreme. These Vedas have been expounded in different form by the Brahmanas. The duties of the Brahmanas is my worship that gives them multiple fruits. I, the counselor of Lakshmi, being pleased with their worship, am born in different eras. That means I incarnate. The thread prepared by married ladies, circling 3 times, 3 strands of thread solely and worn on the body hanging up to the thighs, has been called the sacred thread by the wise. Prepared by 3 strands of thread, duly knotted and accepted by the exponents of the Vedas, worn from shoulder to the middle of the navel, covering half the back, is the sacred thread for Yajurvedis. For Samaveda singers, it is ordained to be worn upon the navel. The sacred thread worn on the left shoulder is said to provide strength. Each Brahmana should apply a tilaka of clay, ash, or sandalwood on the forehead. He should apply this radiant mark with 3 fingers up to the hairline as a ritual. The 3 lines of sandalwood paste, ash, etc., made with 3 fingers represent the abode of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha, and thus are destroyer of sin. Heaven is in the hands of the Brahmanas. Their speech is Vedas. Sacrificial offerings are in their hands. The pilgrim centers and love for religion is in their body, and the 3 qualities of nature, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas, are flowing in their veins. The cave-like throat of the Brahmanas is Savitri, their heart is Brahman. Taima is between their chests, and their back has been called Ataima. O king, the Brahmanas are gods on earth and therefore are worthy worshipping. O king, the Brahmanas are gods on earth and therefore are worth worshipping and should be venerated with eulogies. They are the administrators of 4 stages of life and hence are propagator of my religion. Even the kids who are enriched in knowledge and austerity are dear to me. I have incarnated in material forms repeatedly to safeguard their words. By hearing only that, the Brahmanas are the most fortunate, destroyer of all sins, and remover of the evils of Kali. A man becomes free of all fear. The pure-hearted and the foremost among the Vaishnavas, King Vishakayupa, left on hearing the words of Kalki, the remover of all evils of Kali. After departure of the king, the wise parrot given by Shiva eulogized Kalki, and stood before him in the evening. Kalki smilingly acknowledged the eulogies of the parrot and said, "You're welcome. Which country have you come from, and what have you eaten?" The parrot said, "O Lord, please listen to my words attentively. I have been to the island called Simala, surrounded by sea. Please listen to the characteristics of the very cultured daughter. Please listen to the characteristics of the very cultured daughter of King Brahadratha, which are like nectar, pleasing to hear, astonishing and famous in the island. The persona of the daughter born of Kamudi in Simhala island, populated by all the four castes, was the destroyer of all sins of the public." I'm getting sleepy again. Sorry, I'm gonna read that again. 15 left. I'm falling asleep again. It's like psycho. The persona of the daughter, born of Kamudi in Simhala island, populated by all the four castes, was the destroyer of all sins of the public. Most valorous and strong King Brahadratha was the lord of Simhala island, which was splendid with palaces, religious places, rows of cities made of walls studded with gems and crystal, decorated with divine creepers, glamorously adorned with beautiful ladies, lakes crowded with storks and swans near the beach, with multicolored bees clinging to white lotuses and jasmines, and also adorned with forests and gardens full of different creepers that grow in water. There lived his blessed and renowned daughter named Padma, rare and of incomparable beauty, with excellent features, capable of enchanting even Cupid. Having noble character, she appeared as if painted by an artist in the picture. Worshipped and respected like Parvati, who surrounded by ladies and friends is busy serving... I'll read it again. Worshipped and respected like Parvati, who surrounded by ladies and friends is busy in serving Shiva. Padma also was always engrossed in his worship and meditation. Shiva, along with Parvati, happily appeared on learning that Lakshmi, the consort of Vishnu, herself has taken birth as this lady. On seeing Shiva, the bestower of boons, accompanied by Parvati, Padma, shyly with bowed head, kept standing without a word. Shiva said to her, "O Blessed One, Vishnu is your consort. He will happily marry you. No other prince is suitable for you. Whosoever in this world casts a passionate look at you will become of changed sex of same age. All the gods, Ganandhavas, Nagas, Asuras, and Bals, whoever wishes to frolic with you will definitely become a woman immediately. Vishnu, who was desirous of marrying you, will be spared the bane. Therefore, please forego your austerities and go to your luxurious residence and enjoy the pleasures. O the wife of Vishnu, O Kamala, do not be anxious, be happy." So blessing Padma, Shiva, the bearer of a digit of moon, disappeared. So blessing Padma, Shiva, the bearer of a digit of moon, disappeared. The moon. Expressing her own desires so beautifully, hearing Shiva's boon, the happy, beautiful Padma saluted Shiva and left for her father's abode. Thus ends the 4th chapter of part 1 of Sri Kalki Purana, relating to the future happenings of the Lord, entitled Padma receives benediction from Shiva. Okay. So thank you very much for I'm gonna put on more kumkuma and then get out and chant in public. Thank you for bearing with me. Once I yield, this will be a piece of cake. I'll just have fun. But right now, it's not too much fun. It's therapeutic still. Yo? I'm not sure. Put it there. Okay. Namaste. Thank you. So I'll chant in public in about 2 hours from now, I think.